But you can tell there's a noticeable difference in the two females versus Harry. He is just not growing like he should. Well, what's up, guys? This is Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and it's fixing to be a crazy wet evening. But I just got home from work. I actually took off work an hour early today to get home because my wife called and said, hey, I'm watching this forecast and they're predicting possibility of tornadoes, which is pretty typical. We get that possibility quite a bit, but they're calling for localized flash flooding of up to 7 inches. I've got things that need to be done before we get 7 inches of rain. Even if we get 3 or 4, the creek's going to be rolling for a couple days. I need to get the greenhouse closed up. It's already trying to rain on me a little bit, but uh-oh, it's actually raining on me quite a bit already. I got to get under the porch for a second. Okay, false alarm. That was just a small shower. Still kind of dribbling on me just a little bit, but it's gonna rain hard all evening long, so I got to get the chores done and get some stuff out here taken care of. One thing I need to do before this rain gets here, I don't have any wood shavings. I need more wood shavings, but I'm not going to make a trip to the feed store right now. But the pigs in their little porta hut shelter need some bedding. I used some hay the other day. I'm probably going to go get another load of hay and put in there. And the goats also need some in their little porta hut out there, because when it rains, it just gets wet and muddy in there. But before I do, I kind of want to show you guys something. I'm not sure we've got a problem, but we got an issue with our pigs. So you guys have seen our pigs several times. They're still pretty wild. They're not just super tame yet. The pen out here is working fabulously. They're absolutely 100% used to the electric fence. They stay off of that completely now. I'm trying to keep you guys out of the wind noise. But so our two girls, Fatty Patty and Bacon, I guess we stuck with Bacon, are growing fabulously. They're huge. However, Harry, not so much. The little male pig, he has been castrated. He's just not growing like he should. Now, there may not be any serious issues, but I did notice for a couple weeks after we got him, and even still every once in a while, he kind of has a real soft stool and kind of not quite diarrhea, but it's pretty runny compared to the other two. And it's had like a grayish tint, grayish color to it. So I was doing a little research, and there's several kinds of worms that pigs can get. I'm not a pig expert, so don't take my advice as solid information. I'm just trying to figure this out. But I think he may still be having some worm issues. So I did give him a different kind of wormer. When we picked him up from the breeder, he wormed him with Ivamec, and then I used Safeguard. And I'll probably wait about a week and do it again. I also gave him a little injection of like a vitamin B complex, and if animals are wormy, they get anemic. Like their blood gets real anemic. They get like white in the eyes and white pale gums and things. So giving them that vitamin B complex will boost his blood, and hopefully we can get him gaining some weight. But they're over here snuggling in the hay pile. Let's see if we can get a video of them. Hey piggies, what's up little pigs? So Harry's the darker red one. The two females are obviously bigger. We'll get them out here in the daylight where you can see them a little better, but Harry's the one that's a little bit different color. He's in the back right there. So hey, I told you they're still a little wild, but you can tell there's a noticeable difference in the two females versus Harry. He is just not growing like he should. And what's actually pretty funny about this, and I don't think he's in bad health, but what's kind of funny about it is just the other day Dutch posted a video talking about how when he raises pigs, there's always one that's not as big as the others, and then there's always one that's the biggest. They never grow equally, and that may be the case here. They all have access to the same amount of food. They're on the automatic feeder, which they are using fabulously over there. But I was just a little bit concerned because he did have some soft stool still, and he just is not growing like he was. And they absolutely love Emily's idea of the little swimming pool. I was out here sitting with them the other day, and they were literally just getting in it and rubbing all over it and rolling in that water. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of is they rather drink this water than the water in the nipple drinker. They've drank some, which I've added water once or twice, but you can tell they're using this area. But I'm thinking about putting a little peanut butter on that nipple to get them, to entice them to drinking this fresh, clean water more than the water that they roll in. You guys are gonna have to bear with me. I apologize if the wind noise is terrible today. I'm gonna step inside the high tunnel, try to block a little bit of it. But as you can see, Harry is not growing like he should be. And it may be perfectly normal, it may be just fine, but I went ahead and took some extra precautions, wormed him, and gave him that shot of vitamin B. I haven't noticed over the last 2 days near as much of the soft stool as I did before. You could tell on his backside for a couple days it was there. But anyways, let's get some chores done before the storm really hits. You can see the trees are whipping. We typically don't get a lot of wind at our house. When we do, it's the tops of the trees because we live in such a low area. We're kind of down here on the creek bottom, and the heavy hard winds go over the top of us, which is usually pretty good for the garden, which is growing really well right now, but we're not going to get into that. My wife put her Suburban in the barn because she thinks it's precious and doesn't want it to get hit by a hailstorm. Everybody else's vehicles have to stay outside. Hey guys, you're gonna have to give me a little space. I want to get some hay in here for y'all. So can I get in? Excuse me. I want to see the babies back here. Yeah, well, we can see this one, can't we? Huh? Oh golly, everybody's out now. Alright there, Skip and Lambert. We got you girls several inches of fresh hay in here for bedding. Here, let's put some more at the back. And that'll really help if we get 5, 6, 7 inches of rain. Heck, if we get 3 inches of rain, there could be water coming in from the sides. Obviously the water's going to hit and run off, and water could go under there pretty easy. So having that deep bedding will help them stay dry. Huh, Bear? You sleeping with the goats in there? Huh? Alright, off to the pigs. Here comes another one of those little short downpours. I got to get the bedding in here for them real quick. I was just going to throw it over the fence and chunk it under there, and it'll work. Trying to get all this done before we get soaked. Oh! Scared the pigs. Well, pigs, I know you're standing out in the rain right now, but you got lots of good bedding. You should stay high and dry tonight. It's gonna rain hard, guys. Yeah, got most of the work done before I got dumped on with rain. And we caught another little break. It just came a nice big shower. But I got all the bedding put down for the animals that are exposed. And then you got these guys up here under the barn. So these funny looking alpacas right now just look goofy since we sheared them. But they are much happier without all of that fleece on them. However, Lucy, our baby here, has found a briar bush. She's got a sticker bush in her tail for the second day in a row. It's almost got her hobbled a little bit. I don't know if you guys can tell. See it? Got to get that out of there. My wife wanted their tails left big and poofy and big poofy legs, so that's why they look like that. So I'm going to feed these girls and the little weanling goats that are in here with them. And Rufus and Isaac, several of you have asked if Isaac was gone, because you hadn't seen Isaac much lately. No, he's still here, but we are missing Big Mac. Big Mac had his big day at the processor. I've had a ton of questions about that and a ton of different opinions. Some people want to see a video on that and some don't. And there will be a video about it. It's part of the process, and that's what we do around here. We video the process. However, it'll be a little while. I'm not going to make a video about it until we get the meat back from the processor and show you guys what all we got and what we're doing with it and our cuts. And we'll put together a little montage of Big Mac's life and his last day, I guess. It's kind of sad. I will say this. It is kind of sad not having Big Mac around. I always like to come out here and just pick on him and rub on him and pat him on the butt and, you know, push him away from the gate, because he always liked to stand there and not let me go through the gate. So it's different. We're making the adjustment. Houston was very sad for a couple days, and honestly probably 4 or 5 days after we took Big Mac to the processor, we drove back by there, which is in an area on the side of town that we rarely ever drive past. We just happened to be going past there, and a couple minutes later we noticed Houston was really quiet in the back seat, and he was, poor guy, was back there with big old tears rolling down his eyes because he saw the processor, and he knew what that meant, and he was kind of missing Big Mac. But there will be more. There will be replacements. We've got some things in the works. Apparently Rufus decided now was the time to take care of business. But so follow along, stick with us. There will be more. But for those of you that were asking, yes, Isaac's still here. He hasn't gone anywhere. Oh, he does not like walking through the mud. And I don't blame him, because I don't either. They didn't even eat all their grain from yesterday. They're kind of picky. They pick out certain things, so I always add a little bit more fresh grain for them. Those boys get fed well. So pretty much most of all of our kid crop is gone for the year. These are 4 buck kids that we kept. Those 3 white ones will probably become wethers soon. And then this big brown one with the black stripe down his back, I'm really curious to see what he turns into. I just think he's really pretty. I think he'll be a good looking buck. So I'm debating on just keeping him around for a year or so just to see what he turns into, because I'm always curious. I like to hold one back every once in a while. But I think he'll make a pretty cool buck for somebody one of these days. Well, the chores are done. It's not just a torrential downpour on me just yet. So got everything done just in time. Now remember, leave me some information in the comment section if you're a pig expert and you think we need to do anything different with Harry. I kinda don't want to admit it, but my buddy Dutch is probably right. He's probably not like the runt of the litter by any means. Harry's not a runt. He's probably just not growing as fast as the girls and I think he might have had some worms. Probably, hopefully we've resolved that problem. But anyways, guys, we've got some really exciting things coming. There's so much. Spring is in the air. There's a lot going on. There's gonna be some huge changes. One of which, I'm fixing to make that barn a shop. I've been getting quotes from several contractors to put concrete, to do insulation, electricity. I don't know how much of it we'll do ourselves, depends on the quotes, but that's gonna be a huge project coming up. But just life in general. I've got little extra pep in my step today. Some really awesome news. Some things are lining up, some things are working out that I've been stewing on for a long time. So I can't wait. I can't tell you guys all of the good news right now. There's going to be some huge changes around here in the very near future. It's really exciting stuff that's been building in our life for probably a year or two, and I'm just excited. And the lighting is terrible right there, but I promise you guys, we won't have to wait too much longer. We'll let you in on some secrets and some changes that are happening around here, and it's big stuff. It's big stuff that I'm really excited about. I try not to leak too much information to you guys, to tell you guys about things that we're going to be doing before it all works out, before it's a reality, because I hate to get it all worked up about something and then it not go through. On my way home earlier, I had to drive about an hour and a half coming home from an event at work, and went through some torrential downpours, like 50-mile-an-hour wind. It's headed this way. It just hasn't made it here yet, but we're gonna go watch the weather and see if we have to dodge tornadoes tonight. Hopefully not, but there's a good possibility in Oklahoma. So guys, that's all I've got for today. I'm gonna quit rambling and just let you guys go. Click on the next video. Hopefully it's one of ours. Anyways, guys, that's all I've got. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Y'all have a great day, and as always, we'll see you on the next video.